Good day, Sounders. Starting to back up with your girl. So, why don't we just do that? Why don't we roll up, back up, and enjoy the morning together? Like, why not? What's so like, why not? Let's do it. What are you smoking on today? I got Durban Poison Steel, and I pre-rolled a couple of them yesterday. Trying to save myself a little bit of time. Ta-ta! Ta-da! Now we got a roach. Let me just do the roach first. Just to do the roach first. Wait a minute. I'm not a super smoke trickster, but that'll do for now. I like to say. So, what are we going to talk about today, you guys? Weed, of course. Why talk about anything else? When weed is always an awesome topic. All right, especially when you're having a sesh with someone that loves weed as much as we love weed and weed loves us, right? Right. I think I'm going to try all of our resources today. See if we can come up with something good. Because, that could be hard. Sometimes it's like it's hard to find good weed-worthy news. Yeah. I'm going to try Vegas Cannabis Mag. See if we got a new one. It is August after all. So if you don't have a new magazine, we'll find something from other magazines that we have not read yet. I can't believe it's been a year Almost, not really all the way a year. It'll be a year in like a month, 2 months into September. So, still no news from Vegas Cannabis Mag. Chili Bean. Let's see who else got some news then. What other magazines can we get some news from? We got a dig today. Dun, dun, dun. It's hard to find news other than the fact that I put out a lot of good shit lately. I haven't been looking at other stuff too either. InternationalHighlife.com. What you got for us? Because Vegas Cannabis Mag is not coming through for this month. It's like, we gotta get some current news. There's no point in really having news that we don't need. Cannabis testing fraud. What you need to know? That sounds good, but how to make cannabis capsules? Yeah, let's do that one. Because I used to just grind my weed up and stick it in the capsules, the vegan capsules in a little machine and push them together. Cannabis capsules are rapidly growing in popularity, but what are they? Yeah, what are these? Mine are apparently different, I think, 'cause mine don't have oil in them. Mine don't turn out looking like that. What makes them so useful and how can you make your own? Read on to find out everything you need to know. Yeah. cannabis capsules. I assume capsules for the weed, but the picture looks like oil, so let's see. Cannabis capsules are made from cannabis resin dissolved in oil. Now that's some special shit. For real. That's really special. My. Sounds very good too. Nothing like what I've been doing. But my way is still good. Just that one sentence just blew my mind. I ain't even know the article. Dang. Now they're gonna show us how to make it too, so good. Let's keep going. Let's just stop there. Mouth watering. Just thinking about it. Okay. It says the resin / oil solution is then portioned carefully into medical grade capsules, usually made from gelatin. Bullshit bologna crackers. I don't fuck with those. I go and get some veggie ones, vegan veggie ones. It says, although vegetarian options can be found, you better believe it, Jack. Which can be stored for several months and used as necessary. They are rapidly growing in popularity as they are easy to make, simple to use, and they offer a controlled way to take your cannabis medicine in fixed doses. And you don't smell like weed smoke, right? Because you didn't smoke it. How and why to use cannabis capsules? Good question. One problem with using cannabis as medicine is the difficulty of establishing exact dosage. In particular, if you smoke or vape cannabis, it can be very hard to know what quantity of useful cannabinoids your body is absorbing. It is hard to know. It's very hard to know. And what else does it say? However, if you take your cannabis in the form of capsules, you can be a little more consistent with dosage. In particular, I'm going to smoke this down because I love dirty my voice and I can't help it. This is the only thing I want to smoke for the rest of my life. It keeps me sane. If you smoke or vape cannabis, it can be very hard to know what quantity of useful cannabinoids your body is absorbing. However, if you take your cannabis in the form of capsules, you can be a little more consistent with dosage. If you are able to buy cannabis capsules from a reputable medical cannabis dispensary, the dose of cannabinoid should be clearly indicated. Well, that's because they went through a lab. That's like the number one way, right? You send anything through a lab, you're gonna get some lab results, right? National highlighter. I'm gonna put stuff on there. Recently, there have been concerns raised about the validity and consistency of testing practices in the U.S. labs. So make sure you find out as much information as possible about the testing procedures used at your dispensary. That's just doing the most, man. I mean, shit. It's one thing that places don't used to didn't test their weed and they used to just sell weed. But it's like we came from street weed. So it's kind of like, ain't nobody gonna really go through all of that until we start having some serious problems with our weed. Like right about now, you can assume that all weed is gonna give you about the same results. Even though don't for basic shit, I say all weed can do it. But if you need to like some real specific shit, that's when you need to like be looking into what's going on in your weed the most. If you want to really, really, really dial it in on your issues, I think you need to dial in on what you put in your body. And it's not just weed. It's everything that's going in your body. But because we're just talking about weed, we're only going to stick to weed. Right. Yeah, because a lot of weed, any weed I take for cramps, seriously will kill my cramps. Oh yeah, so any weed to knock out cramps, and then, but not any weed will do the things that derp and poison do to me. But what about capsules you make at home? So then you can get really specific. You can get your specific weed and put it in your specific capsules. If you want to eat gelatin capsules, you can. If you want vegan capsules, you can do that. But let's see how they do it. We still gotta see how they do the rosin oil shit. Cause I ain't doing that. I would love to try it. I just take the weed. I told you to put it in capsules. And it's my capsules. Let's see. If you don't have access to a cannabinoid testing kit, I didn't even know that existed. You can also purchase simple kits online, although their accuracy may not be the highest. Very fucking interesting. You can't be sure about how much is in your capsules in absolute terms. So, whatever. it's like you just ugh. It's hard to expect things to be exact with weed all the time, anytime. But it's fun to try. It is. It's really fun to try. Because if I measure out my weed and how much I need to eat to get the results I want for cramping at one sitting, I have to eat a whole 8. And it is hard as hell because this shit is dry as fuck. Has no sugar in it, no oil in it, nothing to make it easy for it to go down. It's just like swallowing sand. Balls of sand. Woody sand. Little crumples of chipped wood and sand. That's what it tastes like. Going down. And it's just not the most pleasant thing to do. But hey, once it's down, it's the best. It's the best. So I say 8 because that's where I was able to stop feeling the pain. It stopped. It just literally stopped. It was gone. And I only did it maybe 2 or 3 times this year so far. And that's really good. That it worked any of those times. If you ask me, because nothing else worked for me. So that's a measurement, but it's not a specific type of weed that I use. And that's when I need it the most. Like, I feel like any other time I could handle situations, but that's some shit that's hard. For like contractions. You know, if you never had contractions, you don't want to find out what they feel like. So that's the only time I can say I really need weed. I can't do something else when it comes to physical pain, not mental pain. And it worked. I never had my arms broken or anything like that. I'm like, oh, weed worked for me. No. Let's see. Okay. But as long as your capsule all contain the same amount of oil, when do we get to oil? I guess you just put your own oil in there. Each capsule should contain a relatively consistent dose, at least more consistent than you can achieve if you smoke or vape. Why is this? Well, when you smoke or vape, you can exactly be sure of the quantity of cannabinoids you are receiving for several reasons. The cannabinoids may not combust or vaporize fully. You may not inhale all the smoke or vapor. You may have picked a bud with a higher or lower covering of trichomes and so on. So, yeah, that can make a difference still every time. You gotta really practice being your own doctor. Not that you haven't been doing that already. Just gotta do it a little more precisely now. Take a little more time to get to know your weed. But if you dissolve a quantity of cannabis into oil and make sure that the oil is well mixed, then you are distributing the cannabinoids much more evenly through the oil. So if you then measure out, say, 1 milliliter doses of oil, you can be fairly confident that each 1 milliliter will contain a roughly similar dose of cannabinoid. Again, that's not an exact method, but it's a lot more controlled than smoking or vaping. You can put it on a scale too and get about the same results. Cannabis capsules may be useful for a wide range of conditions, essentially any condition that can benefit from cannabis taken in an oral form. Okay. The reason I don't use capsules anymore, because I still eat my weed, is because the time it takes to put them in there, plus the time it takes for the capsule itself to break down in my stomach, is way, way unnecessary to me. If measuring it's not going to be an exact science anyway. So I could just put it in my mouth and suffer the scratches a little bit and the dryness a little bit. And I fix that by consuming more juice, more water, more whatever. Chew it a little bit. Just break it down a little bit. Make sure you get all the sticks out of it. You can break it down all the way if you want to or not. It just depends on how fast you want it to get down and if it's going to scratch your throat out or what it's going to do to you on the way down. You know, you just got to try it. And then while it's doing all of that, it's going to be dissolving in your body right away as it get down too. It's not going to have to wait for the capsule to break down before it starts to go to your bloodstream. Right? So that's the good part. You don't have to wait. But the capsules will save you from having to go through that scratchy, dry, almost gag on it because it's so dry. Can't force it down like a piece of bread. No. It's not the same. It's just not the same. It's like sticking a sponge in your throat and expecting it to go down pleasantly. What the fuck is you on? Don't nobody do that. But that's weed. Cannabis capsules may be more useful for a wider range of conditions. This covers most of the conditions that cannabis is used for, except those that specifically need a different method of administration. For example, conditions treated topically, such as dermatitis or psoriasis, may not benefit from cannabis taken orally. I see why not. I say jump a issue with treatments and um, whatever you need to do. So if that means eating the weed, sleeping in the weed, bathing in the weed, smoking the weed, dreaming about the weed, you know, take all of those like the police do. They just gang up on you. They don't just send one police officer after a crazy man. The stronger the issue, the stronger you need to be. More aggressive. Yeah, I like that word. The more aggressive you need to be. So if I had psoriasis, I'd be doggone if I didn't take baths in it, lotion myself in it, eat it, smoke it, dare somebody to say I can't have it. I think you get better results if you try to just like do more, not just work from the outside to fix the inside, not work just from the inside to fix the outside. Kind of got to do both. Like with your hair, you got to take the vitamins, you got to eat right, and you got to clip it, and you got to make sure it stay oiled or whatever, or not oiled. If you got too much oil, whatever the fuck it is, you got to do the inside and the outside. Cannabis capsules. Why just keep reading that? Let's see. Conditions such as asthma, which can be relieved by the use of medical cannabis inhaler, also may not benefit greatly from cannabis taken orally. Then again, I say they probably wouldn't benefit from the smoke. What? Because they got a fucking inhaler? I did not know that. I did not know that. That's news to me. A cannabis inhaler? So, and eating it, I think is still good. That's just my opinion, though. Couldn't hurt. I don't think. Think it'll make your lungs stronger. That's me. Weed in your blood. It's got to be good if it's good in your lungs. So, furthermore, cannabis capsules are an ideal choice for children's medicine as they are easy to swallow with no unpleasant taste. How to make cannabis capsules. Finally. Ingredients and equipment. Dried cannabis buds or trim or cannabis extract, such as BHO, QWISO, or clear CO2 concentrate. I'm not sure what QWISO is, but I'm going to find out one day. Amount will vary according to requirements, potencies. Use 7 to 14 grams of cannabis or 1 to 3 grams of extract as a starting point. 1 to 4 cups or 60 milliliters of high quality extra virgin coconut oil. I will use hemp oil. Preferably organic, it says. Bonus points for fair trade. Empty gelatin capsules. These are easily found online. Cellulose capsules are available for vegetarians. Capsule filling machine, cheap and incredibly useful. Got one of those. They are incredibly useful. 10 milliliter syringe with taper reach, crock pot or heated pad with Pyrex container, non-stick spoon or similar tool for mixing. If you're making your capsules from a cannabis extract, that's all you need. If you're making them from dried cannabis butter trim, you'll need a few extra items. Grinder or food processor to break down a cannabis cheesecloth or similar to strain the cannabis mixture. Non-stick baking tray can also be silicone convection oven for decarboxylation. Method 1. Well, damn. Let me get this motherfucker real quick because this is going to be a few more minutes. Straight from extracts. This method is super simple and quick. If you already have some cannabis extracts ready, decarboxylated, and waiting. Interestingly, if you use this method along with an ethanol extract, you can produce capsules that are high in chlorophyll. Ethanol pulls out chlorophyll and various other compounds from cannabis when it is left to soak for some time. This is often undesirable for extract makers who are trying to create a product high in cannabinoids and terpenes and low in everything else. But chlorophyll actually has health benefits of its own, and patients prescribed it may not need to purchase separate supplements if they use cannabis capsules made in this method. Of course, you should consult with your doctor if you feel that this could apply to you. Of course. Not the doctor that said don't smoke weed, though, please. Go to the one that's going to sign off on your weed. Gently warm the oil. Using a crock pot or heating pad and Pyrex container, gently warm the oil until it reaches around 50 Celsius and 122 degrees Fahrenheit. This isn't 100% necessary as cannabinoids will dissolve in oil at room temperature, but a little bit of heat will speed up the process considerably. Mix the cannabis extract into the oil. Using your non-stick tool, scrape up the cannabis extract and mix it into the warm oil. Mix thoroughly until blended. Add cannabis oil to capsules. Using a syringe, add consistent doses of cannabis oil to each capsule. Depending on the size of the capsule, you'll probably be adding around 0.5 to 1 milliliter per capsule. Use a capsule filling machine for quicker processing. Method 2. Peace sign 2. This method is slightly more time consuming than the first, but if you don't have any ready-made cannabis extract lying around, then it may be the best option for you. Break up your cannabis using the grinder or food processor. Break down your cannabis into small pieces. You can also use your hands for this step, which is always fun. Decarb your cannabis using the convection oven, heated to 93 to 105 degrees Celsius or 200 to 220 Fahrenheit. And the baking sheet, decarboxylate your cannabis for a maximum of 30 minutes. Warm your oil. While you're decarbing, you can also warm the oil in the crock pot, heated to 93 degrees to 105 degrees Celsius or 200 to 220 degrees Fahrenheit. leave for 2 to 3 hours. Leave the crock pot to work its magic for 2 to 3 hours, after which the oil should have completely dissolved the cannabinoids. Like, who doesn't have a crock pot in the store? Right? We all use crock pots for making our soups, our veggie soups. Strain mixture through a cheesecloth. Strain the cannabis and oil mixture through the cheesecloth to separate out the unneeded plant material from the cannabinoid-infused oil. Allow cannabis oil to cool to room temperature or slightly above. Add cannabis oil to capsules. Using a syringe, add consistent doses of cannabis oil to each capsule. Depending on the size of the capsule, you'll probably be adding around 0.5 to 1 milliliter per capsule. Use the capsule filling machine for a quicker processing. So that's it. Our handy and simple guide to making our own cannabis capsules. If you have tried this method, let us know in the comments how it worked for you and what you use your capsules for. Well, very interesting. Facebook and Twitter, that shit. I did not know. Did not know there was another way to do that. They said what types of oils to use and everything. So if you forget anything that I said, or if you have like one of those visual memories like I do and love to read stuff and see things for yourself, then it'll be there for you on Facebook, Twitter, and even on International Highlight's own site. They have it waiting there for you. And you can go there and check it out. You don't have to take my word for it. Like LeVar said, for reading rainbow. Well, anyway, I didn't think that article was going to take that long, but it did. So, glad it did. But I got shit to do. And I know you do too. So, let's get our ass to work. And smoke responsibly. If you care, you'll share this video. If you don't care, you keep it to yourself. Have a high ass, dank ass, baked ass, incredible, edible ass day. There have been poison kisses. So there you go. Thanks for rolling with me.